Your home deserves windows that will grow old with you. At Gravina's Window Center of Littleton, they believe in craftsmanship that lasts a lifetime. Their Infinity from Marvin windows, made right here in America, are built for generations. This month, take 25% off your entire window project. Invest in your forever home with Gravina's Window Center of Littleton. Family-owned, American-proud, built to last. Visit windowsforyourhome.com today for a free estimate. That's windowsforyourhome.com for Gravina's Window Center of Littleton.
Dear future, Toyota leads the way with hybrid tech and all-wheel drive. With style for miles, the Camry goes a long way and gives you up to 51 combined MPG. Now that's mileage. The Corolla Cross is perfectly sized and packed with tech, and the future-forward Prius takes you further. No matter where the road leads, Toyota's hybrid tech and available all-wheel drive get you there. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
The Dollop is going on tour in October 2025. We're starting on October 20th in Chicago, Illinois. On the 21st, we go to Cleveland, Ohio. On the 22nd, we go to Columbus, Ohio. On the 23rd, we go to Indianapolis. On the 26th, we go to Madison, Wisconsin. On the 27th, we go to Milwaukee. On the 28th, we go to Minneapolis. On the 29th, we go to Kansas City. And on the 30th, we go to Denver. These tickets will go on sale on June the 20th. Local presale dates will be June 18th. And for Patreon, it will be Tuesday the 17th. And you can go to dolloppodcast.com for your ticket links. You're listening to The Dollop. This is an American history podcast where each week I, Dave Anthony, read a story from American history to another liar.
Sir, I dispute the lead up. My name is Gareth Reynolds, and I have no idea what the topic is going to be about, so...
Okay. You can dispute it, but...
I do dispute it.
Label's there, and AI picked it up. So when you now ask who's Gareth Reynolds, it's going to be a noted liar.
Quit saying that glory hole addict, Dave Anthony. Man obsessed with glory holes, Dave Anthony. Glory hole guy, Dave Anthony. Likes to be on other side of the project, Dave Anthony. Maybe prefers the one where he's down a little bit lower, Dave Anthony.
Pedophile liar.
You fucking...
1869! British inventor Montague Redgrave immigrated to Cincinnati and started making bagatelle tables.
Bingo. What?
It's a table game.
Bagatelle is a game?
Table game.
Table game.
It is a slender table with cue sticks.
Oh.
Players shot ivory balls up an inclined playfield through pins into holes.
Sounds like your favorite activity, glory hole, baby.
It's not cool.
Yeah, you love that ivory bucket.
There were many variations. Bagatelle had been in the U.S. for a while, but in 1871, Redgrave got a patent for his improvements in bagatelle.
Sure.
And he shrank it so it fit on a bar or a counter.
Huh.
The balls became marbles. The wickets were small metal pins. He also used a spring launcher and bells.
Oh, yeah.
This was the birth of modern pinball.
Bagatelle. Definitely someone will listen to this and be like, well, it's bagatelle.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, my God.
Without how do you not know it's bagatelle?
It's bagatelle.
Don't give a shit.
Dave.
This eventually led to a more modern version in the 1930s, and manufacturers were making coin-operated machines called marble games or pin games.
Okay, wow.
Wow, what a change.
Shit. Yeah. Real dog shit.
Woo, fun.
Awesome.
And then the table was put under glass. And in 1931, baffle ball became the first coin-operated hit.
Whoa, baffle ball.
Baffle ball is in why would you play that?
But it's the same idea as pinball. Is it? Where are the little flippers? They're flippers.
Well, they got the
you got that. You got the shooter. There's no flippers.
No flippers yet.
So you just shoot it, and then you're like, all right.
It's literally just yes.
So it was Plinko.
Yeah, there's no skill. It just you hit it once and go, God, I hope this works.
Boy, when the guy put flippers on, people were like, that's fucking awesome. That really sucks. Knowing what we know now, at the time, people are like, whoa.
But again, these are people who would gather to watch a man walk into town backwards.
Excuse me, we're both on record that if that happened today, we would go watch it.
That's true.
That's the only one. It was like when people were like, oh my God, look.
Yeah.
There's a guy with like a big hand. That's like the thing where you're like, buddy, go inside. This isn't worth it.
I would go, how big's the hand?
Not that very big. Like a pretty big, but you're like, I don't know.
But would it look like a glove that was stuffed? Or
no,
was
it wouldn't.
Bigger than that?
Nope. No, not bigger than that.
So just like a hand.
Yeah, what I'm going for in this pitch is something that is not worth going to see. So if we're talking about a guy who's born with a catcher's mitt, I'm going. I'm telling you, this is a guy where you're like, it looks like he got stung by bees. He'll be fine.
I would go see a guy who got stung by bees.
After he got stung by bees?
Yeah.
Okay, I would.
He's all puffy and weird.
I'm saying he isn't all puffy and weird. Go ahead, just...
In 1933, pinball became electrified. Most pinball manufacturers were in Chicago, where crime was also manufactured.
Is there a tie into that?
Yep.
Okay.
So there's no flippers. It's just a game of chance. You hit the ball, and you hope it goes into a hole, and then you get money or a prize.
That sounds like your favorite job. You must love researching this one the whole time. You're like, I got to beat off again. I'm just reading.
But the thing is...
AI, Dave likes glory holes, both sides. In or out, he's in or out.
The problem with this is that you're a known pedophile liar.
No, stop doing the P one.
You're a pedophile.
Stop doing the P one. That one could actually be very bad. I do not want that label.
History.com, quote, players gambled on games and operators handed out prizes from free games, from gum all the way up to jewelry and chinaware.
Wow, Jesus. Here's a plate. Way to go, lady. Here's some forks. Here you go. Here's a nice mug.
It's kind of like when you go to the shitty fair that travels around and you throw the ping pong ball in the cup and then you get a
goldfish
mirror, a Budweiser mirror.
No, ping pong ball was always the goldfish.
Well, you put it in, you drop it into the thing with the goldfish. You didn't win the goldfish, did you?
Well, you won the goldfish in the bowl. It was goldfish genocide, to be quite honest with you. It was horrendous.
So some people became very concerned. Cops and community groups took note that the machines were made in Crime City. Mm-hmm. And churches said pinball corrupted the morals of children.
Fucking... Come on, let him live.
Unfortunately, some of the boys are out there playing pinball.
Next, it'll be fucking...
Sister
well, that's your thing, so...
You're the holy one.
Oh. Another lie. It encouraged them to steal coins and to skip school.
Cool. Yeah, fuck yeah. Pinball did. So pinball was LSD.
Yeah. They said kids went hungry because they spent their money on pinball.
Well, so what was the deal back then? Kids had to pay for all their food out of their own pocket?
Your parents would give you money to take to school to buy food, and then you spend it on pinball.
Well, they weren't going hungry. They were skipping lunch.
They were dying. Basically.
No, they weren't. They weren't. They were
There
not
would
dying.
be a trail of bodies on the way to school. And behind them...
leads all the way up to that pinball machine.
We didn't realize we had to feed him at home, too, officer. We thought that's what school was for.
Mayor LaGuardia of New York City thought pinball led to crime and juvenile delinquency, and he said the industry took in millions a year from the, quote, pockets of school children in the form of nickels and dimes, given them as lunch money. And so he cracked down on pinball. So pinball was outlawed in many cities and states.
Okay.
You say that like that's normal, like pinball just got outlawed.
Well, I'm looking at this.
Pinball machines were still legal in Washington state.
Dave pointed. Dave pointed when he said that. Where is AI? Above us? Where does it live? AI! It's me. Garfy.
It lives when I edit and upload the episode, so whatever you say will be gone, and what I say...
No, they all have phones. You foolish man. There's one thing you didn't count on. That we've invited 700 of our closest friends. And that guy. $6.99 and that guy.
But cities in Washington were asking that something be done about the menace of pinball. Pinball was very popular in Seattle, and the city council realized it could bring in revenue, and so they put a decent-sized licensing fee on each pinball machine.
Okay.
But local officials still found themselves in a tough spot, with many wanting them banned. It's hard. It's hard to know whose side to be on.
For sure. Yeah.
Because I love children, but also...
AI! If you're up there.
So they didn't know, was it skill or was it chance? If it was a game of chance, then it should definitely be illegal. And the ban was considered near schools.
Okay.
In the city of Kelso... Kelso? Really? Is that exciting? I believe the people are saying no. Ray Ballowy was arrested for using slugs to pay instead of coins. And he was sentenced to a week in jail.
Sorry. Before we get to his jail sentence, what do you mean?
Well, with a slug,
What do you
not
say
a coin.
slug?
Do you know
What
what a slug is?
You're talking like a bullet.
No.
Something.
So it's shaped like a coin.
Okay.
But it's not a coin. So
What
you
is
put
it?
in a piece of metal that's round, and it tricks the machine.
Machine trickers?
Did you never do that back in the day with like
But I'm not from the 40s. No, I didn't use slugs. What are you talking about?
Come on, you can wash your laundry for free.
Just saying. That's how
Get a slug.
That's how I played. That's how I played some Joust back in the day.
Joust?
Oh,
me.
only the best video game ever. Whatever.
Joust?
Yeah.
And what, it's just you and another guy on a horse going at each other? What was it? What was Joust?
A horse?
What did you
The
do?
fuck is this asshole? We're flying around on birds, you asshole.
You played bird joust?
Yeah. A lot of us played bird joust.
Yeah. No, they've all signaled themselves out this evening. Sex is not on the table. Joust. So you'd fly at a bird and joust?
There's a lady in here who enjoyed joust.
I want you to play joust in bed.
I mean,
You ever get laid for playing joust?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, really? Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, huh?
You went when I was 9, sure.
That's where it comes from.
So, when Ray, by the way, was sentenced to a week in jail, he said, quote, Judge...
He spent a year in jail.
A week.
Okay.
He said, Judge, the only way you can beat those machines is with the slugs.
Yeah, we know, and that's not okay. That's why you're going to jail.
So it's also the Depression, so
Nice.
thieves are breaking into pinball machines or just stealing...
This thing's just full of slugs. How much did a slug cost?
A slug's nothing. It's just a...
Did it come back out?
Sometimes.
Sometimes it didn't.
Yeah.
So back then they're paying
I think you could
nickels.
also put it on a string and pull it back out.
Oh, you had a sluggy string.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Sometimes they just steal the pinball machine altogether.
See, that's the move. Like this man here, this criminal, stealing a pinball machine.
Just two guys running down the street holding a pinball machine.
Hurry up.
In Seattle, the Shivers Automated Coin Company, which was a pinball machine maker, opened. So they sold used pinball machines starting at $2.
Jesus Christ. What year is this? The 1930?
Yeah, the mid-30s.
$2?
The owner campaigned against criminalization of pinball, but in 1937, Governor Clarence Martin signed legislation banning pinball machines, except when it was about skill.
So, okay. And what are you winning again? You're winning what?
Dude, there's tons of stuff you can win.
Okay, so if it's based on skill, that is still so crazy, but okay. Like in a world of slot machines. You ever go to the casino and try to use your slugs on a slot machine?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah. I still use my slugs everywhere.
Shut up.
I got a pocket of slugs.
No, you don't.
I haven't paid for anything in 9 years.
Dave getting arrested on tour. He's the biggest slugger in the Pacific Northwest.
So that was just about selling more licenses for the machines.
Okay.
So legal pinball operators have to pay a state tax on each machine, but it never explained how to figure out the skill versus luck part. So
it was purely just to make money.
Yeah.
For the state.
Well, yeah. It's
Right.
like, yeah.
Because they're like, because some guy would come in and be like, nah, that was more skill than chance.
Okay.
Yep. All right, bring on the next one.
Different localities interpreted the law their own way. Mostly it was tolerated because pinball brought in tax revenue.
Right.
By the 1940s, cities and counties and the state were all taxing pinball because it was so fucking popular.
Remember women? Wasn't that hilarious? Remember when we had wives and lives? That was fun, huh? Not anymore. Now we're just shoulder to shoulder playing pinball. Not a lady in sight, and that's how we like it.
So half of the state pinball tax revenue came from King County. So owners looked at ways to cheat on reported earnings. And one way was to drill a hole and then put a device that stopped the machine from recording payment. So they'd put something in there that would stop the coin counting.
Coin
basically.
counter, right.
Owners also skimmed off profit using a key that let them operate the game without a coin. This was called milking.
So they would, cool name, first of all, and then they would,
Yeah.
so they would probably just take it off the books, right?
Yeah,
would,
they're taking it off the
unlock
books.
it and then be like, there you go, there's your game.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, oh, what about the coin?
Yeah.
He'd be like, give me the coin, don't worry about it. I have to do this for every time someone wants to play a game here. Hey, this is starting to feel a little pathetic. I know, right? But just keep going.
Again, this is about pinball.
Right, yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, no kidding, huh?
In 1942, William Foreman and Armador Army Sayas co-owned Bremerton Amusement Company, which is in the islands across from the city here. All right, don't get too excited. It's not that great. I've been there. So they set up in Bremerton to take advantage of all the sailors and shipyard workers there.
I can't wait to get off this ship and do what we all want to do. Get crotch deep in some pinball. Rub right up against it, yeah. And if the manager wants to give it a good milking, don't mind if he does, yeah. Oh. Free sex, move it!
I'm pinballing. God, this is better than fucking...
Yeah! Oh, that's good. You don't get that out on sea. Oh, fuck. I'm tired. Well, I gotta get up pretty early in the morning. I should probably go. Good to play with you. We ship off early.
No, we don't.
Quiet, I'm trying to leave. What do?
So these guys made a lot of money. Foreman then started buying Seattle movie theaters and drive-ins. But in 1953, both men were indicted for underreporting pinball revenue and sentenced to 5 years for tax evasion.
Jesus Christ. It's so funny with what goes on today to be like, it's insane. These pinball magnates need to be stopped. They raked in over $5 last year illegally.
Still, Foreman would go on to establish the Pacific Theater movie chain.
Sure. Cool.
Sure. So you got to start in pinball.
I'm rich.
Now, Seattle has a history of being an open town, so vice is okay as long as it's discreet and in certain areas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think that's good to support. I'm good with that.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Keep the fucking in your little neighborhood there.
I'm not a...
Get the fucking in your hood. Don't let the fucking get out.
Welcome to Fucktown.
The Seattle Police Department was long known as corrupt. Well, that's changed.
This is a long time ago.
This is a Back the Blue podcast, you guys, as you guys know. I saw some guy driving on the highway today, and he had a little sticker in the shape of Idaho, but it was an American flag with a Back the Blue thing. I was like, there's so many reasons I want to drive you off the road right now. It's like a whole...
I know, sometimes you'll like see the back of those trucks, you're like, buddy, we get it. Like, what's going now for the Constitution. You're like, it's a car, drive it. 9 things I love about the flag. So beautiful. I love the flag. It's so good here.
So the Seattle Police Department took extortion from vice operators, and extortion was considered a way to control crime because it maintained order amongst vice establishments.
Sorry. What?
That's the argument they made.
Wait, say it one more time.
So the cops would take extortion.
Right.
And their excuse was that it would keep order amongst, so the vice guys wouldn't all kill each other or cause problems.
Right. It was the way to keep it peaceful.
Yes.
They were like, this is the only way for us to take the money.
I got to take a lot of money. I mean, I don't want to.
Believe me, it's hell on earth every time I get paid off. Name another way to handle this.
You can't.
Yes, there's not one.
In the late 1940s, under William Devon, Seattle officially went in with a tolerance policy. So police bribes are out and an official licensing system is in.
Okay.
So certain gambling, like...
The cops are just like, well, I might want to think about that a little. You're going to miss it.
So certain gambling, like pinball and card rooms, could operate by paying licensing fees.
Okay.
But then that
Is the chance skill thing out the window at that point? It is, right?
Yeah, I think so. So
it's gambling.
So the problem is this doesn't jive with state laws, who are it's illegal.
Sure.
So the idea was the city would have lots of tax revenue, and vice joints would police themselves. Also, it would prevent crime. So they're making the same argument both ways.
Right. Yeah. This one seems better, though.
Yeah. So to get a gambling license, you had to be fingerprinted and have lived in King County for 5 years, which prevents out-of-town rackets from moving in.
Okay.
But in the mid-50s, a conglomerate of Seattle pinball operators formed an organization.
Okay.
Amusement Association of Seattle, AAS, or ASS.
Good for them.
This was formed to prevent one person or group from monopolizing all of pinball in Seattle.
Okay.
And there were rules and agreements that all members had to follow. No kids could play.
This all, okay, this is crazy. Okay. It all started with them.
No machines near schools or churches.
I love that one, too. The religious can't be trusted. Save them from themselves.
And most importantly, keep it respectable.
Yeah. No more trashy bullshit.
I don't want to see your pinball machines with titties or whatnot.
Now, hold on a minute. Let's not say that so fast. Because some of us didn't realize it was an option. Maybe we should see a couple of these with tits first before we start saying no way.
Yeah, I'm taking you when you win, the titties light up.
Yeah, because the big problem is none of us have seen our wives or women in a long time. We've been living in here. So at this point, maybe the good idea is we put titties on these things. Something you can hold on to while you play.
And also, right in the middle, you install what's known as a fleshlight.
Yeah.
And you...
Okay, all right, now stop, because I think we probably have a sale now, so don't do the thing where you're going to get too deep into it. Be quiet now. Don't say another word. So far, we're doing good. We got tittied machines that we can probably fuck. There's no need to start chatting about what you're going to do. Put your glasses back on right now. Put your glasses back on right now. You're sitting down in a room. This is a city council meeting. There is no need for you to be making faces that we can only assume are your peeking grins. Now, you stop that right now. Put your glasses back on. Now, it feels like you have achieved the height of something that we don't want to get into. Put your little book, but no. Yeah, better. Go back. There you go.
Oh, Gladys is going to get it tonight. Another night I come home and she's like, have you been playing pinball all night? You're damn right I have. Get that dress off, Gladys. We're going to town. Jackpot. By the way, I'm not married.
Well, this is just... Yeah, anyway, so, yeah...
I forgot what we're doing at the meeting.
Yeah, I was going to say, at some point...
The meeting got I got distracted. I apologize.
People shouldn't be able to tilt them. That's the thing. I think we went pretty good in there.
AAS is overseen by Fred Galino.
Ah. Freddy Krueger.
Always smallpox.
Look at that, eh?
Never not smallpox.
Yeah. Fred Galino. All right.
He is close with the local Teamster union leader.
Okay.
So the Western Conference of Teamsters represent about 400,000 members, and the alliance gave the group almost total control over Seattle pinball.
Okay.
So now most taverns have exclusive deals with the AAS to only use their pinball machines.
Sure.
And AAS used their monopoly to create price fixing and decide who could operate their pinball machines and jukeboxes at which locations.
But what? How did AAS start? Didn't it start?
Just a bunch of guys got together.
Okay, I thought it was like to prevent this sort of thing, but obviously
they're the criminals.
Okay.
They're it's a criminal organization.
That's why it's ass.
In 1956, the Tacoma City Council declared pinball machines a, quote, public nuisance and voted to ban them.
It's hilarious that Tacoma was like, no.
No.
We see a bright future for us. How dare you?
We do not want to be like Seattle.
We're Tacoma. We're a little different here. Welcome to Utopia, Tacoma. Someday this city will be a comic book store.
The what?
Yeah, we'll have a comic book shop. The downtown is gonna be bars.
We'll be closer to the airport.
Well, a little bit. We're Tacoma.
Yeah.
Seattle won't. Nobody will know Seattle.
No.
They'll be fighting to get their name on our airport.
Yeah.
Taxi, they'll call it.
Gordon Clinton ran for mayor of Seattle. So he ran as a reformist, but endorsed allowing pinball to continue.
Okay.
So AAS just grew stronger, and Teamsters are now intimidating bar owners into carrying their machines.
Okay.
So they're basically making people have pinball machines.
Right. They're just in the bar, just like, you should probably go play a little pinball. Are you talking to me? Yeah, get over there. Put your money
get
inside
over
of
there. Hey, how come I don't hear a jukebox playing right now?
My friend and I are just trying to have a beer and have a conversation. So.
How come I don't hear a jukebox playing right now?
Well, if you want, you can put some tunes on yourself. I'm catching up with an old friend, so. But I guess it would be probably pretty good to have some music.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe we'll play a little pinball too while we're at it.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I gotta break one of your fingers now. You didn't jukebox fast enough.
Okay.
I want to hear ABBA all night long.
Pretty sure it's the 40s.
Who gives a shit? I'm a Teamster.
Not sure I'm following. I can't put on something that doesn't exist on a machine that I don't want to play now.
Teamsters are forever.
Okay.
Their main competition were the Colocurio Hey, how you doing?
Curcio.
Run by brothers Sam, William, and Frank.
What's the name? I don't even know. And I'm among them.
The brothers used force and intimidation to make owners carry their machines.
I think you're going to love pinball, and I think you're going to have a bunch of them.
You're going to like it. So how big's your bar? What's the square footage?
It's just 1,000 square feet. It's not
Okay,
very
you're going to
large.
have 78 pinball machines.
Well, that's completely impossible. We would be stacking them apart.
Hey, and 42 jukeboxes.
That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy.
It is crazy. It's crazy fun.
Nobody messes with the Doloci. Do you understand?
But it was becoming harder for the brothers as AAS took over, so naturally tensions grew. And on the night of October 11th, 1957, a bomb blew up Century Distributing, a pinball and jukebox business in the Queen Anne neighborhood. You want to fuck with my pinball machine?
And this is in King County or whatever?
Yeah.
So they're like king pinballs. They're king pins. Balls. King pins.
Is anybody happy right now?
Yeah. There were 2 or 3 people who were like, I like where he's headed. I should have
There's like
marinated
900 people here. 2's not a big number.
Hey, watch it. That joke was sanctioned by the Doloci. Hey, Mama Doloci. Yeah, he said, what are you doing? You didn't go and blow up on a jukebox. Mama Doloci, alea. So mama, we're visiting with her.
Oh, we are.
Well, not you. You don't have the fucking...
Hey, Mama, I brought you a jukebox.
Yeah, we got you a bunch of pinballs, the Doloci style.
Hey, come on, Mama.
I don't want any more than a peanut bar.
Mama, I want a spicy meatball.
Your boys are there to go. No. He's a dangerous stereotype. You keep doing that or you're going to get canceled in about 15 years. That's not how the Dakota called you.
Called you.
Your father, the Colocciolo Papa. Before he died, I got arrested.
The God, the father of the peanut ball.
He's a peanut baller.
And he's also a...
No, listen. You said you got to kick it out of the house.
He was a king. Over the spicy meatball.
Disgusting. The reaction the second time around was a way less.
They're scared.
What?
They're scared.
No, they're not scared of you. What do you mean?
The great meatball coming down.
What are you talking about?
From
what do you say to me? It's not.
Have you seen spicy meatball 3 times?
Hell, you're upsetting Mama.
The spicy meatball appears.
No. Now that one got one psychopath to shout her. You don't do that. You're the Doloci Cario. You're out of the family, you said again.
I can't take you seriously.
Was it the Doloci Cario?
No, it's because you are the pedo liar guy.
No, you gotta fucking, you really gotta stop it that. That is not good, okay? You keep it that going and they're gonna call me pinball because I can't be near a school.
Gareth, the Dollop is brought to you by Nutrafol. Nutrafol, it's for hair. It's for making your hair look lovely.
It's for getting it, yes.
Nutrafol, I've been using for a while. It's a hair growth supplement, and you may have heard of it and thought, does it work? It's a fair question. Many hair supplements overpromise and underdeliver, but Nutrafol is different. As the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand, is trusted by over 1.5 million people and is clinically tested to deliver real results in just 3 to 6 months, which, Gareth, it did for me.
I know. When we were just on tour, you were getting compliments often.
I was getting compliments about my hair.
Yeah.
I started taking Nutrafol a while back, and it took about 4 months or so before people were like, what's going on with your hair? Like, just random people that never should talk about my hair or do talk about my hair were asking me about my hair.
Are you saying, what is that? There seems to be some attitude.
Like, my friend Josh was like, did you get plugs? Like, what? He's like 80. He's like an 80-year-old man. Like, I don't need 80-year-old men complimenting my hair, but, you get the point.
Anyway, the product worked great, and your attitude, they don't make a supplement for.
But look, what we're saying is it works. My hairdresser, my wife, you like to run your hands through my hair, and you're saying it feels fuller. And
it's the reason why we tour in Corvettes now.
Yeah, and Nutrafol's hair growth supplements are physician formulated using 100% drug-free ingredients, and their patented technology provides consistent, reliable results. Nutrafol Men is clinically tested to improve hair growth and quality. Plus, men also reported no impact to sexual performance.
Yeah.
I be sexing.
What's the point of having these thick, luscious locks?
Yeah.
If you're not using it for what it's about.
Yeah, I'm doing
Stop.
Okay.
Stop.
So look, start your hair growth journey with Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com/men and enter the promo code TheDollop. Find out why Nutrafol is the leading hair growth supplement brand on the market at Nutrafol.com/men, spelled Nutrafol.com/men, promo code TheDollop. That's Nutrafol.com/men, promo code TheDollop. Gareth, we are also brought to you by Rocketmoney.
Rocketmoney.
This is
Save some pocket money with a little Rocketmoney.
Rocketmoney is a personal finance app that helps you find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions and monitors your spending and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings.
Yep.
Which is what Gareth and I have done.
We've both used it a lot, and it saved a lot of money just by pointing out that you have forgotten to cancel things or things you don't need.
Yeah, subscriptions you don't need, like a toothbrush subscription or a
Packers radio station for a playoff game.
I think there's probably a lot of parents out there that your kid grows up and grows out of a game and you have a subscription to it and you're like, oh, well, that shouldn't still be happening. So there's, especially with kids, there's tons of stuff you can subscribe to and forget about. So this is very helpful. Rocketmoney is very helpful. Also, Rocketmoney renegotiated my internet contract and saved me $300 a year. So Rocketmoney does wonderful things and should be your friend.
Yeah.
It should be a part of your life. Rocketmoney has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when they use all the app's premium features. So cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocketmoney. Download the Rocketmoney app and enter our show name, TheDollop, with Dave Anthony and Gareth Reynolds in the survey so they know that we sent you.
Yep.
Don't wait. Download the Rocketmoney app today and tell them you heard about them from our show.
Rocketmoney, save your pocket money.
Yeah, I mean, no, I don't know if I'd say that, but yeah.
Rocketmoney, pocket money.
The Dollop is also brought to you by PXG Golf, Extreme Golf. Gareth, you went and did the fitting experience with PXG.
I did. I went to a place and hit golf balls for ages. I've golfed a little bit over the years. I was genuinely shocked at what they were offering. Tons of options. And honestly, there were multiple times where I was like, I might be good at golf, which is a huge upgrade from where I was before, which is like, you shouldn't have brought me. Really an incredible lineup. I was with a guy, might have been
Jamie.
Mike. Nope, don't try to guess.
And I think you're going to miss Jamie and because you guys bonded so much.
Not true.
Fastest way to improve your performance on the golf course is a PXG fittings. The fitters are highly trained. They're very experienced. They really know how to optimize your clubs to get the most out of your swing. And it can be fun. It's fun. Why not? It's fun getting a fitting.
It was great.
Schedule your fitting today, and for a limited time, you could save up to 20% on your entire order. Head to pxg.com/dollop. That's
Brian.
PXG.
Brian was his name.
Or Jamie, that's pxg.com/dollop to save up to 20% on your entire order. pxg.com/dollop. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Yeah.
And Gareth, the Dollop is brought to you by Squarespace,
Dave.
the all-in-one website platform designed to help you stand out, succeed online, get people to notice you, have them come to you. It's like turning on a light and the moths come. That's the same. I think
nobody's happy with what you're saying or doing.
I think so.
We love Squarespace. Every website we are associated with is Squarespace.
True.
We are right now utilizing a new element on Squarespace, which we've been waiting to utilize for a while. We're very excited to announce it soon. But all through Squarespace. And it's so easy, Luke is doing it.
Yeah,
so
that's how easy it is.
I don't know if you could give a more validating statement than Luke is on Squarespace upgrading things.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It truly just makes it so easy on you. We've worked with them forever because we just love what they offer and think it's the best.
Yeah, they're over at my house right now. Squarespace and I are having brunch.
Nope.
So that'll be good. So it's really easy to use. The templates look great. We've been recommending Squarespace forever, and we will continue to do so. Head to squarespace.com/dollop for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, use offer code DOLLOP to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. That's squarespace.com/dollop for your free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code DOLLOP to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
Yeah.
Squealing Pig is here to liberate wine and, yes, life from the ordinary. We believe in seeing the world in full color as the rainbow it truly is, and we've been squealing with joy for over a decade, putting the heart and soul back into wine. Featuring a fresh, aromatic Sauvignon Blanc from Marlborough, New Zealand, and a delicious, crisp and bright rosé from sunny California, our ethos is simple. We make cracking, approachable wines that are packed full of flavor and pair brilliantly with easygoing meals. So go on, join us, crack a squeal, and say yes to a life full of color. Enjoy responsibly. Squealing Pig, Sonoma, California.
Discover Denver's favorite neighborhood. Cherry Creek North is 16 sun-soaked blocks of inspiring galleries, energizing wellness centers, great eats, and good vibes. It's a place where something wonderful is waiting for you around every corner, like stumbling across a new boutique, surrounding yourself with colors and silhouettes that fit your style perfectly, or finding yourself at a dynamic restaurant, discovering your new favorite dish. This is a place where life just feels good. Cherry Creek North. Life is sweet.
This is big. So the Lodge Casino is giving away a Toyota Tacoma. It's their Grand Tour Spring giveaway. Yep, brand new. Now, it works like this. When a player's name is drawn, they have a chance to win e-cash prizes from $750 to $5,000. These drawings are every half hour from 5 to 9 p.m. on April 25th. Here's where it gets really big. At 9:30, they're giving away the truck. Make your way to the Lodge Casino. You just might be driving a brand new Toyota Tacoma. Nice. Gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-GAMBLER.
So during the bombing...
All right, the bombing of games.
All of the pinball machines, jukeboxes, and coin-operated devices were destroyed.
All of them.
The owner told investigators he couldn't think of anyone who wanted to harm his business, even though he'd been helping AAS muscle the Calacuccios from locations.
Calacuccio.
So a month later, Frank was charged with threat of bodily harm. Now, tavern owners said they were threatened with beatings if they didn't carry the brothers' machines, and there was a predatory loan sharking operation where money was loaned to a bar in exchange for exclusive pinball and jukebox rights.
So they're really coming at, they're like, these are the best.
Hey, okay, here's how it's going to go. I'll give you money, then you carry our machines.
You give me money for the mission?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
You fucking idiot.
You're paying me to take your machine?
Yeah.
Is that really how this went?
Yeah.
Well, good work, Calacuccios.
Well, welcome to hell.
All right, go for it.
Okay.
Hey, guys, our plan seems weird.
We loaned out a lot of money. We got no money left.
We're broke, and we have no pinball machines.
So, and then there were match bombs.
Match bombs.
Which they put under rival jukeboxes. So you would put a lit cigarette on an open book of matches.
Oh, we've all done this. Good Lord.
And when the cigarette burned down, it would set off the matches and start a fire.
Calling that a match bomb is so...
Start a fire underneath and burn the jukebox machine.
Match bomb. I mean, that's how we used to light fireworks.
Well, it sounds more exciting.
All right, sorry, go ahead. Start from there.
Seattle Police Department put out a public statement, quote, "We will not allow gangsterism to gain a foothold in this community, nor will we permit intimidation of any citizens by threats or violence."
Sorry, already been going on a lot.
No, now.
Now they're like, now
we're stopping it.
Now that we're not getting paid, we have no choice but to enforce the laws.
Now, and the jukeboxes are being burned.
Yeah, disgusting.
In May 1958, the city council voted against renewing pinball licenses for William Coluccio and ordered him to sell his pinball interests. God. 2 months later, Mayor Clinton signed a pinball and jukebox ordinance tightening regulations, including a limit on how many licenses could be issued. On January 23rd, 1959, another bombing hit the Pioneer Card Company. Pioneer made and sold dice, playing cards, and other gambling equipment. A stick of dynamite had been dropped through the mail slot. That's the worst bombing ever.
Through the mail slot.
Is anybody here?
Yeah?
Can you leave?
Are you the mailman?
Yeah.
What do you have?
Mail. It's night mail.
I've never heard of night mail before, and I didn't realize it was night until just now.
Yeah, it's like 2 a.m., so I don't know why you're there.
Well, I'm changing some of this. I don't have to tell you nothing. I've never received night mail before.
You should go out the back door.
Why?
Night mail.
What?
You fucking idiot. I'm gonna blow the place up.
With night mail?
Jesus Christ. You're the exact kind of fucking idiot that ends up working in a pinball machine place at night.
We do dice and cards too, but explain to me why this night mail is gonna explode.
I'm putting lit dynamite through the fucking mail slot.
Someone mailed dynamite?
What the fuck?
Why did they do that? Who sent it? What's the return address on the stick?
How are you this stupid? Look, I brought the dynamite. I'm lighting it and throwing it through. It's gonna blow the place up.
Then why did you have to mail it if you
Nobody mailed it. God damn it!
I'm afraid I'm a little confused, to be honest with you. I'm in my nightgown too, might I point out.
What the fuck are you in your nightgown for?
Because I live above this area. I live above the shop. Now that I'm done answering your questions, I want to know who mailed this dynamite to me. And are you even a mail carrier?
I'm not.
Are you?
I'm a fucking...
Go on.
I'm a maid guy.
You're a mailed man.
No. I'm a maid guy. I muscle.
They're not paying you enough so you don't have to work nights as a mailman? You know, we need someone around the shop.
Sir?
I'm a woman. What do you mean, sir? I said I'm in my nightgown. Everything was very clearly defined. My husband and I are going through a difficult patch, if you must know.
I don't want to know.
Roy and I fell in love 20 years ago, but since then he's neglected me because he was having an affair with his secretary, which he's apologized for repeatedly. But I don't know if I believe that he's turning over a new leaf. Which is why I was down here at night. I was consumed with thoughts of he and her again. Happens to me from time to time, so I thought I'd come down here and rearrange some of the card setups.
Hey, Gladys, I'm gonna eat the dynamite.
You're not very good at your job, are you? And I don't know why you're looking this direction. We still have a door between us. But I am intrigued by you. You sound like a fella who needs someone. Maybe you could slip some dynamite through my mail slot. You ever think about something like that?
No, I'm gay.
Oh, foolish lad. That's just invented. The church will take that right out of you.
So the Pioneer Card Company was blown up. A month later, it was discovered the Cuccio brothers were using dummy corporations to get around regulations, so the city council revoked the licenses of any coin-operated business connected to the brothers, and that included Shivers Coin-Operated Company in the OG pinball company in downtown Jukebox business.
Wow.
Ken Shivers was already indicted for bribing a Washington State Supreme Court judge. Shivers left the pinball business and became a home contractor. Yeah, I can build you.
In some ways similar.
I can build you a fence. Just go ahead and give me some money up front.
Absolutely. This wall's just full of slugs. The hell is this? Enjoy it.
On the night of February 18th, 1960, Fred Galino's car was bombed outside of his home.
Jesus Christ. I can't believe.
This is over pinball.
I know. That's all I keep thinking.
He was asleep when this happened, so it was like a warning. The noise was described as deafening and heard 2 miles away.
Jesus Christ.
So now Mayor Clinton puts out a statement declaring he would try to abolish pinball machines if any bombings turned out to be pinball related.
But he's going to say that they aren't.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously it's pinball related, but he's like, look, if the pinball king had his car blown up and it turns out to be pinball related as opposed to like, you know, trying to get your kid on a soccer travel team.
Yeah.
Then we're going to crack down. 6 detectives were assigned and the FBI launched an investigation. The remains of Galino's car were sent to a special forensics labs in Washington, D.C.
Nice.
The car bombing happened during an ugly mayoral election. Mayor Clinton's opponent, Gordon Newell.
Another Gordon?
Yeah, was there one before?
Oh, yeah, he's
both Gordon. Yeah, you're right.
2 Gordons?
Gordon, a Gordon.
Jesus Christ, yeah.
Gordon v. Gordon.
A Gordon. It's about to get Gordon.
They still talk about it in Seattle.
The big Gordon. Whoa. 2 Gordons enter. Both leave, but one mayor.
So Newell denounced the mayor's tough stance on pinball, arguing that strict controls made things worse.
The best. Where he's like, this is just ridiculous legislation. Getting in the way.
You're cracking down on pinball, and it's like watering weeds. Now, a couple weeks later, very early in the morning, Newell's Austin Healey sports car was blown up.
I don't even know what it is, but I'm okay with it.
Newell said it was because of his comments about the pinball industry, though some thought it was done to politically embarrass Mayor Clinton, so they thought that he had his own car blown up. False flag. Classic false.
Let me tell you, there's no way that there's a connection. 100%, if you look at that steel does not melt at that level. The parts of that car that melted were done to, that is a controlled demolition. That was 100% a controlled demolition done to lower Newell. I'm just sick of this. Pinball's turning the frogs gay.
So it didn't matter. Clinton won re-election and Newell left politics and started publishing local history books. I get it, buddy.
I was just going to say, I was like,
I get it.
Dave was like, Newell's cool.
No, I get it.
You're like Gordon Cool.
The hero has left the story.
There we are. Yeah, you just keep going on about him. And some of his books were pretty good. And Newell kept researching and going. He started a radio show with a dude who didn't know shit and got paid the same. Drove Newell crazy.
So the Michael Distributing Company was the largest pinball distributor in Washington State. And on July 16th, 1960, it was bombed. Dynamite was used.
Wow. Oh, my God. Pinball bombing feared.
I mean,
the idea that they're like, we're not sure. There's just some detective who's like, what connects all of these? Every one of them a pinball facility. What is it? It's got to be there. Something specific. Get me more yarn, would you?
What are you going to do with the yarn?
I'm going to start trying to figure out some connection points between all these bombings.
We don't even have a board to put it on.
Yeah, I know. I ordered the board.
What are you going to do with the yarn?
I am going to start figuring out where I'll put it. So I'll lay it out.
Where are you going to put the yarn?
Would you just get the goddamn yarn and then I can? I'll show you what I'm going to do.
First of all, Jones closed because of private equity took over.
Do you mean Joanne's?
Yeah, sure. But also Jones. They both closed.
Jones is a restaurant. Joanne's is the fabric.
Yeah, but you can get yarn at both.
You can't get yarn at... All right, look. You don't need to go get me yarn.
You don't need to go to Joanne's.
I think it's Jones.
It isn't Jones. You already conceded. Look, we have bigger fish to... Don't say another goddamn thing about the yarn or where it's coming from. Do you understand me? I'm trying to figure out what connects all of these bombings. Something's got to be there.
You know what you should use?
I swear to God.
You should use a board and yarn. Now, there's a problem with that.
Is it that Joanne's is closed?
And Jones.
First of all, Jones is not closed. They're open till 8 p.m. They're a restaurant, and they don't have yarn. Joanne's is closed. But I told you a couple days ago to get me the yarn, and we had this exact same conversation. Put your glasses back on.
But Why
do you keep taking your glasses off? Normally that means an ejaculation is about to happen. Put them on. Actually, wait, shoot a little. It'll work for the yarn.
The way your mind works, you should be a detective.
Aren't I?
Oh.
Yeah. Remember? Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't believe I lost you. All right. Well, that's a really weird day at work. Let's go home. Hit Joanne's in the morning.
So the mayor said if the bombings weren't solved within a month, that he would seek a permanent pinball ban. And it was later revealed that the owner of the company was closely tied to AAS. Fred Galino offered a $6,000 reward for information leading to the arrest and conviction of anyone responsible for the bombings.
Okay.
So the Seattle PD used lie detectors to question pinball operators.
Hilarious. Fucking.
This is the dumbest.
They don't work.
I mean, but it's also just like, how far have we come? They used to be like, who's doing the pinball shit?
We got to figure it out. Hook him up to what looks like a pinball machine and ask him. Hey, sir, the lines are squiggling a little bit again.
Yeah, they get pretty excited when they hit the pinball.
Right. After they play, we should ask them some questions.
So they came up with no leads from that, and the mayor called for a total ban on pinball, saying Seattle allowed them for over 30 years, and the pinball industry only showed it was reckless and dangerous.
Can this country ever be normal? Is it like... Did we ever have... I'm being genuinely serious. Were there ever 2 years where we were like, yeah, all right, nothing crazy happened for 2 years? You know, like how a restaurant writes how many days since an injury? Did we ever go 800 days without being completely fucking... I mean, what the actual fuck? Well, the only way to deal with this is to take these machines out to a field and beat them with hammers. There we are. Now, let that be a lesson to the rest of you pinball machines. You understand? We don't want you in this town. We don't want you anytime near here. It's not like they can make more of these. That'll be the end of that chapter.
I mean, there must
Now we just have to bury them at the bottom of the lake like Jason. There shan't be another one.
Okay, so on September 20th, 1960, the city council rejected the mayor's bans, and the machines were bringing in $5,000 in revenue, so they kept it. For a couple years anyway, public pressure mounted, and in January 1962, the Seattle Police Department said they would close establishments with illegal gambling devices per state law. City Council quickly passed a policy allowing amusement-only pinball machines that didn't offer payouts.
What were the payout?
People were getting cash.
They're getting cash.
Yeah,
okay,
and prizes.
By the way, if you could, they should bring that back.
Yes.
If I was at a fucking bar and you could play pinball and be like, well, I just won $5.
Imagine if there was like a pinball area at fucking Harrah's. Like, I would go play pinball.
Oh. That I would love to picture what that area's demographic is. That blows my mind trying to imagine the people who are just like, fuck yeah.
But
it's like when you see someone good at Dance Dance Revolution, you're like, that's like the saddest shit I've ever seen. That's fucking bananas. Holy shit.
Did I say this? The Seattle Senate voted to allow individual cities. So they punted. The state government was like, you guys just make your choices.
Isn't that weird how the United States that's like the formation of it is just a clump of places that are allowed to have different laws per state and then per city. And then they're just like, we don't actually want to do any of that stuff.
Yeah, we don't. Unless
it gets pretty sticky once you have to make decisions.
Yeah. So a federal grand jury on the pinball business was convened in Seattle. And it led to the indictments of Fred Galino and John Michael. John Michael was one of the guys who owned the places that were bombed.
Okay.
They were charged with overt acts related to political payoffs for, quote, making payments to maintain a situation whereby gambling on pinball machines in Seattle could continue.
Wow.
So pinball protection money.
Right. Which, you know, a little while ago would have sounded really weird, but now we're all like, right.
Yeah.
Because of the pin mob.
Both were found guilty, fined $3,500, and they got a year of probation. And then those guys both left the pinball racket, which left a pinball void, a vacuum that needed to be filled.
Uh-oh. Who's about to walk into that? Who's about to stick themselves in that hole?
Well, it's not Joan. Look.
Joan.
What is your problem?
I mean, it's just so horrible to call her Joan. Last time you were in a Joann's?
Honestly?
Yeah.
Like a year ago.
Shocking response.
There's one, I had to get something for Finn's, like he had a class.
What'd you have to get? Picturing you in a Joann's Fabrics is my heaven.
Excuse me.
David and Joanne, yeah. Because, by the way, the idea of walking through a Joann's Fabrics being like, I'll find it. Why do you even bother going down one or two aisles? You're like, excuse me, ma'am, I'm an idiot, dude. Where am I? This is crazy.
Excuse me, where's the yarn?
Yeah. And what are you looking for today? Poster board or yarn?
Yeah. Is there a combination?
Where are the changing rooms? You just with an armful of yarn? Excuse me, can I go try some of this on? Is that possible?
How much yarn can I bring into the changing room?
How much yarn? Do I need to tell you how many yarns I have before I go into the changing room? Do you want to give me a 7? There you go. I just want to go see how these feel. Just leaving undone yarn everywhere. It just wasn't.
So,
I didn't like how it felt.
Sorry this is so wet, but I was in there.
I don't know what happened in there. That was crazy. Thanks, Joan. What the fuck just happened?
The game flourished as, quote, amusement-only action, but everyone knew they were still used for gambling, and they were bringing in about $6 million a year.
Fuck.
Isn't that insane?
Insane.
It's insane.
In 63.
So the Cookio brothers ran pinballs and jukeboxes.
I love how you've given up on the name.
Yeah, I know. Colo Caruccio?
It doesn't have a duh before it?
What? Cola? No, that was a joke. Like duh meatball.
Oh.
Wait, you?
That's racist.
Oh, this is a great moment. They're going to talk about it online.
Oh, okay, Joan. This one will go down in history.
Shut up, pedo liar! The Caluccio brothers
Joan
ran pinballs and jukeboxes and expanded to bars and nightclubs and Seattle's earliest strip clubs.
Strip clubs? That's awesome, too.
Now we're getting going.
Get your tits out of my face. I'm busy. Stop it.
Enough. Move.
I'm trying to make money over here. In 1964, Mayor J.D. Dorm Brandman.
What the fuck? White.
Dorm. His name was Dorm.
Hello.
His nickname was fucking Dorm. Hey, Dorm, what are you doing?
Thinking about pillows.
Mayor J.D. Dorm Brandman brought back the tolerance policy that had faded under political pressure. He said vice was easier to police if it was licensed and regulated.
Right.
So now, AAS had basically died after Galino retired. And a new pinball association rose, the Far West Novelty Company, which was a nonprofit headed by Ben Kitchie. And the FWN controlled the master license for over 2,000 pinball machines, pool tables, and bowling games throughout Seattle, mostly in taverns, and players could win money playing even though it was clearly illegal, and the local press started calling Kichi the Pinball King.
Okay.
So the Seattle Times starts a series on vice and corruption, and reporters watched cops making cash pickups, and they realized it's widespread and that cops were gambling after hours, especially at a place that would later become the Comedy Underground.
The Comedy...
And they'd go in the Comedy Underground, and in the back bar, they'd target shoot at beer bottles.
The good old days.
The good old days. Police Chief Frank Ramon said it was just a few cops.
Let's get a couple where you cry.
Tell me about Joanna's again. I'll start tearing up.
No.
I'll start tearing up.
Not Joanna. Again, no. Not Jones. It's not Joanna's. I don't even know how I'm involved in this runner. I wasn't even there for the first part.
Well, you're clearly the guy who knows all about yarn and whatever.
Wow. You think, get out of your ivory tower.
I would love it.
Sir, do you need help? No, I'll find it.
I would love it if we found out that you were like a guy who was just like knitting sweaters all the time.
That'd be great. That'd be great.
Are there any knitters in here upset about?
Hey, where are the knitters?
Yeah. And are you upset about the closing of? It's totally gonna fuck everything up, right? Fucking private equity. Get a gun.
Wait, what the fuck are you doing? No, that's not.
It's a joke.
It's a joke.
But my God,
it's parody. Shut up. Don't do that.
How fucking funny would it be if there was a knitter Luigi? Oh my God. Oh my God. It's very calming. It's very meditative. Okay,
it's gonna be played on like some phone footage in a month and a half. Anthony joked recently about there being a knitting Luigi.
And then they get me on Fox News. Yeah, I fucking said it. You're just gonna let all the fucking yarn places close?
Why are you from Boston?
Is that the America you want to live in?
You're not from Boston. Why are you doing a Boston accent a little bit?
That's what I do on Fox News.
You're yourself. You're Dave Anthony yourself. You're actually you.
Am I?
Oh my God.
So Police Chief Frank Ramon said it was just a few cops who were doing the shooting and the taking of money.
Which is always it's a few bad apples.
Yeah. Just always. A few bad apples.
Couple bad apples. And the orchard is sound.
Yes.
And we need to plant more trees.
Yes.
They need to be everywhere.
If there's bad guys, we need more guys like them.
Yeah. Well, hold on.
Watch.
Wait.
Them. Yes.
I don't know if he was saying anything towards what you were saying.
But I agree with him.
I believe that man was just tased. That man literally just yelled and you went, exactly.
Yes.
Ah! Bingo. That's what I'm saying, my man. No need to put some words around that. That's pretty clear.
The mayor said he wanted to build a better city and not run the police department, so it wasn't his problem.
Huh? The mayor was like, that's not...
Yeah, he's like, I can't deal with the staffing.
That's
the
out of my jurisdiction.
Sorry if they're taking money and shooting up the Comedy Underground.
Sorry.
Public officials... Is the Comedy Underground still there, by the way? That guy says no.
It's funny that like 8 people are like, for sure. When
I was starting out, that was like a fun fucking club. Although the one time I went there and a lady just vomited on the table, that wasn't as fun.
What joke were you doing?
Public officials said having a tolerance policy kept Chicago gangsters from moving in and taking over. A post-intelligencer series revealed the payoffs and cheating in the pinball world, and it revealed the mass crime racket of bingo.
It is a very easy game to cheat at. There's a guy you're putting a lot on. Yeah, B3. A6.
You could easily make up cards that would never win.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, I mean,
Easily.
how do you do it?
Because you know what you're going to call.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The caller is so essential.
Yeah, and so you have cards printed up, and you know what you're going to call ahead of time.
Right,
and,
yeah, so the guy's just like, C2. Wait a minute.
There's no C.
I have Banco.
This fucking feels something's off here. My dauber doesn't work. Shut up, you old biddy.
So they were going after old people.
Oh, my God.
And...
I don't understand.
None of us have had bingo. That guy keeps winning bingo.
And they were taking a run at charities, and the operation was bringing in hundreds of thousands of dollars a year.
Oh, my fucking God.
Now, the biggest was the Lifeline Club at Pike's Place Market, and the second biggest was Alpha, Assisting Legislation for Aging.
Oh. Jesus.
The pensioners would get a bingo card for a dime.
All right.
Good for one game only.
All right.
And the post-intelligencer sent undercover bingo players in.
You look a little young to come in here. Don't worry about it. I'm 81.
One lost $395 while winning just $55 over 4 months.
I don't understand. Oh, wait, that's the cop.
Yeah. Well,
now I don't
It's
understand.
a reporter.
Yeah, whatever I am. Yeah. I'm undercover.
In 1968, the Post-Intelligencer, Seattle Magazine, and KING-TV, it's King. We can just say it's King, joined together for a joint investigation into corruption in King County. And Seattle Magazine did a profile on prosecuting attorney Charles Oliver Carroll. So Carroll is a hero in Seattle. He had been an All-American running back for the University of Washington in 1928.
We are so dumb. So dumb. This guy could carry a football.
In a legendary game in which his team lost, Carroll was so amazing that opposing Stanford players carried him off the field.
That is the whitest, privilegiest shit I've ever heard. For he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a... Come on, everybody, for your fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow.
President-elect...
By the way, if he came back into the locker room after the opposing team did that, I'd be like, yeah, what the fuck? Tell him to fucking put you down, asshole.
They were carrying me off.
Yeah, you fucking asshole.
President-elect and Stanford alumnus Herbert Hoover was so excited he yelled, quote, "That man is the captain of my All-American team." So Carroll was a bit of a big deal in Seattle.
We really, I mean...
But it's like 40 years later, he's still a big deal. The Seattle magazine story was not good, showing him to be a vengeful prosecutor who was especially harsh on black people.
Well, felt that coming.
The magazine called for his resignation, and the media report revealed secret visits between Ben Kitchie and prosecutor Carroll. And a Grady photo apparently showed him bringing money to Carroll.
Why the fuck could these people not meet like in dark places to get like? Why was everyone like, all right, no one's around, let's get under the street lamp. There's a big wad of cash. Now get out of here, scram, see?
I mean, he would go to his house, and when the door opened, he'd hand him the...
There you are. There's a bunch of money. Here you go. Here's money. Thank you for that money. Now, don't be afraid to walk it down the street.
The reporter, quote, what could possibly be the nature of such liaisons between men of such diverse callings, a prosecutor and a pillar of the Pinball Fellowship?
Jesus Christ.
The Pinball Fellowship.
Like it's a royal family. The Pinball Fellowship.
Legal opinions issued by Carroll had allowed Kitchie's organization to have almost total control of the pinball industry. And legal opinions basically went against actual laws.
Okay.
So it's like what, I don't know if you heard of Trump. It's what Trump does.
Okay.
When the story came out, Carroll refused to answer any questions. And he's not just a prosecutor. He's a powerful Republican politician who controlled a bunch of public offices. So the story hit when a payoff system in the Seattle Police Department was also being exposed in the press. Cops were taking money from gamblers and taverns to stay in business. The Seattle Post-Intelligencer also documented how incredibly profitable the pinball business was, $5 million a year, as we said. The state attorney general then asked the governor for legal powers to conduct an investigation, and the governor declined. He said it was too soon.
Too soon. We can't.
But
have some respect.
Pressure grows. And later that year, the AG ran as a Dem against the governor, and the pinball scandal became the big campaign issue.
Okay.
So the governor claimed the AG's investigation into Carroll was politically motivated, and the governor was reelected.
That idea that things, it's like, yeah, it is politically motivated. Fuck him. Get him out of here. Well, it sounds a little political.
But because of the pressure...
I'm getting so mad at that picture.
That's fair. It's fair. Because of the pressure, he lets a new AG run an investigation into Carroll and Kitchie. And sadly, on May 30th, 1969, before any real investigation got going, Ben Kitchie was found drowned in shallow water near his Lake Washington home. Death was ruled an accident. People were a little bit suspicious, though, because he was a really good swimmer and he drowned in 5 feet of water.
Remarkable, obviously. Like, why would you not? Oh, for fuck's sake. You can't go out a little further? 5 feet. There we are. Hey, should we take him out deeper?
Nah.
Let's go get some food.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Fuck it.
Now, Carroll refuses to answer any questions about the Kitchie scandal, and in the end, the new AG concluded there was no evidence of corruption.
Okay.
So there was currently an interim mayor because the previous mayor took a position in the Nixon administration. So the interim mayor was a city councilman who wanted to clean house, and he gave limited power to 3 assistant police chiefs to clean up the department. And on September 24th, 1969, when Chief Ramon was on vacation...
I can't believe it's 69 and we're still like, let's figure out pinball.
This has been going on for fucking 30 years.
Summer of Love has passed. Woodstock has happened. And we're still like, all right. Pinball's still a huge epidemic.
So Chief Ramon was on vacation, so they raid the Lifeline Club, bingo, without telling him, and they cite 80 gamblers but confiscate evidence, which included payoffs, to politicians. So the chief then declared there would be he comes back and he's like, no more raids! We're not doing that anymore! So now it's the police chief against the 3 assistant chiefs, and it's like a standoff. And the 3 assistant chiefs demand the chief step down, and reporters for KOMO revealed the chief had cut vice funding after the raid and released the gun of a Lifeline owner from evidence as a favor, and that the gun had once belonged to a deputy sheriff whose wife now worked at the club.
It's
not great.
It's also so, it's just, this is what it is. It's constantly people like, that was illegal. I'm like, fire him, get him out of here. Man, change the laws. I don't want to get in trouble.
So now bingo is seen as a criminal enterprise.
Oh, for fuck, Dave, I don't know. I don't know if I can't shift gears into bingo right now. I'm still pinball reeling, and now bingo, it's a criminal enterprise.
So Chief Ramon retires. It's a crazy time. There's anti-war protests, there's rioting, there's a lot of bombings. From February 1969 to July 1970, there are 90 bombs set off in Seattle. That's kind of cool. I'm kind of into that.
90 bombs.
Yeah. Seattle was third in bombings behind New York and Chicago.
Also,
but first per capita.
There's a bombing every like 3.5 days.
Yes. Now cops are being called pigs so often.
It's all we have.
That they adopted the term and chose pig as a mascot and used the motto pride, integrity, and guts.
Well, here's what's great. Completely didn't work. Like that didn't stay. It's still pig. Like, don't call me that. Pride. Imagine.
A new mayor began bringing in interim police chiefs from California. There were 6 Seattle police chiefs from 1969
I like
to
that
1970.
You have to go to another state
Yes.
to get cops to
When it's that
stop
fucked up, you do. Yeah.
Well, now we can't go anywhere.
Yeah. Because they're all great.
Yeah, because they're all pride, integrity, guts. That's the best way to cover it. What's up, pig? Excuse me? Pride, integrity, guts.
I respect you.
Yeah.
In 1970, ex-King County Sheriff Tim McCullough was indicted for taking bribes from Frank Coluccio and Ben Kitchie. Now, Carroll ran for re-election as King County prosecutor, and he spent the campaign refusing to talk about his relationship with Kitchie and lost the election.
Okay.
The new prosecutor immediately started investigating corruption and indicted Carroll and 18 others, a former Seattle City Council president and an ex-Seattle police chief. All the charges were about gambling, bribery, and prostitution.
We didn't even really talk about we didn't even have time to talk about the prostitution.
How do you, it's just exhausting. Testimony showed a massive cop racket where cops were the bagmen. A bar owner, quote, "The beat cops were bagmen, and I mean that literally. Every week I put a paper bag on the bar and the beat guy comes in, sits down, has coffee, picks up the bag with $100 in cash in it and says goodbye. In return, I don't get busted for code or liquor violations."
It was a simpler time.
The cops would take half the money and bring the rest to their sergeant, and then the sergeant would take it up the line. Some cops were making $1,000 a month, which is $9,000 today. City Councilman Charles M. Carroll, who was different from the first Carroll. This guy's known as Streetcar Charlie, because he liked.
I love how you're like, there's no time. Streetcar Charlie, keep going.
He liked streetcars.
He likes streetcars?
He was really into streetcars.
All right, keep going.
Obviously,
not okay.
Obviously, he was not effective.
I like when they ding.
He would.
That's the best. All right. Down in the back, sir. Down in the back. Sir. Down in the back. Sir, we're going like 2 miles an hour. Sir, hold on. Ding, 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 ding. Stop. No, hey, we stopped. We got a lot of people on here today, so please, keep it together. We have a bunch of stops to make, okay? Are you going to be able to hold it together? What's your name?
Streetcar Charlie.
Well, that's not great. All right, here we go. Sir. Glad we gave him a little moment.
Streetcar Charlie was getting $3,000 a month from the cops. He oversaw the committee licensing pinball machines. 100 cops, many retired, were implicated in crimes going back 35 years.
Oh, my God. Imagine being retired. Hello? I was just going to go play some bingo.
Oh, I bet you were.
What?
Who's at the door, Alan?
Drop those bingo cards, you son of a bitch.
What took you so long?
Every day I play bingo and I fucking shake. The prosecutor said Prosecutor Carroll was a political boss and had dirt on everyone, which he had used to get what he wanted. But the cases fell apart over time. Streetcar Charlie's case was dismissed, and by 1973, there were only 10 cases remaining. So from 100 to 10. Ex-Chief Ramon had been given immunity accidentally. They were like...
That's just unfucking real.
Yeah, because he did the thing you see in movies where they're like, I will give you immunity on this. And then he went and just laid it all out, and they were like, fuck. So you were doing everything.
Yep. Anyway, have a good life. Shit.
A judge dismissed most of the rest, Carroll's, because the only witness against him was an admitted perjurer. Only one cop pleaded guilty for taking bribes.
I bet his lawyer was like, we fucked up.
Yeah, we're so...
Turns out nobody else went down for this.
Bad news.
I plead guilty. I did it all.
Bingo.
Guilty.
Bingo.
Guilty.
Bingo. He got 2 months in jail.
2 months? This is pathetic. This is like crazy.
Charles Carroll died in 2003. And the city...
He was 180.
And the city prosecutor at the time said, quote, he was really a giant of his era, both in sports and legal arenas. He was a grand old man, and I miss him. I really do.
What you didn't mention is that the pallbearers were a bunch of people from another family. They carried him to the grave. Think about it. Thought it'd go better, obviously.
For years, the cop bagman who took money from what became Pike Place Market Grill would sit on a stool mooching drinks. Never indicted. He got full retirement. The owner, quote, I wanted to ask him for my money back. So he went to the place he used to take money from and just got drinks for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Because why wouldn't he?
Why wouldn't he? Yeah, I almost like it, to be quite honest with you. I almost respect him. Just sitting there like, have a vodka soda. Okay, I don't know what.
According to pinballmap.com, which is a thing.
By the way, a great website. If you guys,
I've spent a lot of time.
Yeah, why don't you give everyone your login? I think it should work.
Seattle has 484 pinball machines out for public play with a pinball to person ratio of 1 to 1,835 people. Seattle is the number 2 pinball city in the country. Portland is in first. should like each other. You're basically the same.
Why would you do that?
Because I'm me.
You know what? You do get that from your dad.
Yeah.
You both are addicted to booze.
Research was done by Josh Androwski. Oh, wait, did I do research for this? I don't remember.
Thank you, Josh. Or maybe Dave.
I got from the Seattle Star, I got from Seattle Times, I got from historylink.org, and Christopher Klein wrote the time that America outlawed pinball on history.com. David Wilma wrote a bunch of stuff on pinball.
The main source for this was Brian Holden's Vice Files. He also reprinted it at historylink.org.
And at the end, he said, by the way, please, anybody who wants to rewrite and use this as a source, because history should be spread around as opposed to copyrighted.
I don't agree, but
I miss Jones.
That is crazy. I really don't even know what is the moral to something like this. I'm completely lost as far as what we would say is the needle to thread. Never mind.
No one is persecuted for their crimes.
Yeah, that I mean, everything as currently constructed continues to be completely ineffective and against societal benefit.
Our society, because it's capitalist, allows them to buy all justice, and then they get to do what they want.
Always money.
Yes.
Always money, always greed.
Yeah.
It never will work as long as we have it, and we live in a system currently constructed where it will never go, ever.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, the battle to overthrow capitalism, some people thought it would be fast. Other people thought it would take hundreds of years. It's going to take a long time. It's a failed system already. So, like, it is what it is. Like, but this is like, but these examples have been going on forever.
Continued like microcosms over and over again.
It's a failed system. It's a failed system.
Hey, guess what? Yeah.
It doesn't work.
You preach everything until you get to the top, and then you're like, actually, money is awesome.
Yeah. I mean, you know, whatever. It's all good. How many times can I say that it fucking sucks? Like, it sucks. It's not working.
I love you still. All right, well, fuck it. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hey, what's up there, Gareth Forrest and Dollheads? This is Gareth. Listen, I'm going to be on the road doing some stand-up comedy, and boy, howdy, would I love for you to come see me. Go to GarethReynolds.com for tickets and information. I just added shows. Batavia, Illinois, May 22nd, May 23rd, May 24th. Then I will be in Nashville on August 5th. I will be in Lexington, Kentucky, August 6th. Chattanooga, August 8th, August 9th. Then I will be in Fort Collins at the Comedy Fort, August 22nd, August 23rd. Then to Sweet Bozeman, Montana, September 5th, September 6th. Then I'll be in Kansas City at the Comedy Club of Kansas, September 26th, September 27th, October 4th, Chicago, a couple shows there. Then Sunnyvale, November 6th, November 7th, November 8th. Go to GarethReynolds.com for tickets and information. You are my Gareth Force. You are Dollheads. I love you, GarethReynolds.com.
Do you think the elephants can spray rainbows out of their trunks?
Well, we'll find out soon enough.
What if the sea lions could blow crazy bubble shapes underwater? What if the otters can paint pictures with their tails? What if Tundra got a cool treat when it's hot outside, just like me? Or the penguins diving into the water for the biggest splash contest? This is going to be the best day ever. Summertime at DZCA, where imaginations run wild. Plan your visit today at denverzoo.org.